All right, we got the NL playoffs in full effect right now, and I'm going to talk about some NL pennant odds between the other three teams not playing today, that are playing the Pirates and the Cubs. You're going at it today in that wild card spot. Let's talk about the Mets, the Dodgers, and the St. Louis Cardinals. Though, and there are their odds and their strengths and their weaknesses going forward here, value and expectation combined. And I'm going to give you my pick as to I think where the best value is on a team I think has a really good chance to win it. Let's start breaking it down. Let's talk about the Dodgers first. Plus 175 on them, so less than 2-1 odds. What do you get? Well, let's talk about their strength and their weakness. First of all, their strength. Well, obviously, their 1-2 punch of Kershaw and Zach Greinke. Their weakness, though, not a lot going on at the plate outside of Adrian Gonzalez. Not a lot of guys in that lineup that make you just kind of go, oh, I don't want him at the plate, And that's kind of the theme throughout some of these teams here in the playoffs, and the Dodgers are one of them. Just like the Yankees yesterday, you've got to be able to score to win. Brett Gardner was quoted as saying, well, if you would have told me that Houston was going to score 3 runs, I would have thought we'd have a great chance to win or a good chance to win. But they didn't score any runs, so you've got to score. So although Kershaw and Greinke, if you get 1 or 2 off them and you don't score, well, then you lose. So Dodgers are going to have to find a way to manufacture some runs. They got some good hitters in that lineup. I don't want to be too disparaging about them, but that would be a weakness. Their pitching's fine. Anderson is their number 3, as I think is okay. But that 1-2 punch, that's pretty scary. All right, let's talk about the Cardinals. 285, a little bit less than 3-1 value on the team with the best record in baseball. Their strengths and their weaknesses. Well, their strengths, intangibles, playoff experience. The entire pitching staff is pretty solid. Their weakness, their offensive output is one of the worst in the National League, but still, they remind me of the Dodgers in that aspect, but they just have good hitting throughout the lineup. Now, they got Holiday back from injury, which should be a bonus, and they just got guys that know how to win. Molina, injury, is trying to gut it out. Now, that's another problem they had were injuries, and now some guys are healthy. Wainwright's back. I don't know how much action he's going to see. It's going to be interesting to see how they utilize him. Their starting pitching rotation, I think, is fine as it is with Waka, Lackey, and Lynn, maybe Garcia, and you got Wainwright as well. I mean, they're going to be pretty tough. This is pretty good, some pretty good odds on them, I think, going forward. And they got home field advantage. The New York Mets, the underdog at plus 350. Kind of a scary team though. They got some really good starting pitching. Their strengths, their weaknesses. Well, their strengths, like I said, 3 good solid pitchers with DeGrom and Syndergaard and Harvey. The weakness, not a lot of postseason pedigree in that clubhouse. They got a couple guys that have been there, have some playoff experience. For the most part, they got a lot of new faces. Still, those 3 starters, DeGrom and Syndergaard and Harvey, that's pretty tough. So plus 350, not bad value. At home, though, they only hit 233. That's the worst in the majors. Their bullpen's okay, though, because oddly enough, their bullpen only allows an average of 233. So funny how that kind of works out. So the Mets, if they get home field advantage, that might not be such a great thing. Still, it's the playoffs. Those things you can kind of start to throw out the window. It's going to be exciting. I think we have 3 really good teams here. Obviously, they're in the playoffs, and the value is not bad. I think you can take almost any of them. My pick, though, St. Louis Cardinals. I think that's great odds on a team that just knows how to win, period. They don't have a ton of scary guys in that lineup, but they have enough that are clutchy enough to get hits when they need it. They have a really good bullpen, a really good closer, enough starting pitching, and again, the intangibles. I think that's going to be a really key factor here. So good value on the Cardinals. That's going to be my NL pennant pick, and I wish you guys luck on your plays today and throughout the playoffs. I wish you luck.